welcome back to my channel and happy St. Patrick's Day. Today I'm going to be making a lamb stew with rosemary dumplings using a whole bottle of Guinness. So I'm going to be using a cheaper cut of lamb because this is going to be cooked for a long time. You don't need something that's going to be super tender, something with a bit of fat, bit of flavour, and something that is just cheaper goes a long way. Let's start, shall we? Firstly, I'm going to be chopping up my lamb into cubes and then I'm going to be seasoning it with salt and a little bit of flour, which will help to thicken the stew later. You're going to need a heavy based casserole dish because later we're going to be putting it into the oven as well, just to cook. So I'm just browning off the edges of the lamb. This will help to give you a nice little bit of texture when you're biting into it. No one just wants a soggy lump of lamb in their stew. While this stuff is searing over here, I'm going to chop up our veggies. So first I'm going to do onions, and then we've got some carrots and swede, the hardest vegetable to chop up in the history of vegetables. So our veggies all been chopped up and our lamb is nice and seared and nearly cooked through. We're just going to remove this out the pan so then we can then cook our onions. So the reason we're using the same pan for everything is so we're going to have all the flavour from cooking off our lamb into the bottom here. Look at this, come look at this delicious stuff here. This is the intense flavour that's going to make your stew absolutely delicious, and by popping our onions in here, they're going to be deglazing it with a bottle of Guinness. We've added our Guinness and we're just going to simmer this until it reduces by half. This is going to add a delicious, rich flavour to your stew, almost like a chocolate richness. So our Guinness is now reduced by half. Just going to add in our chopped swede and our carrots, the lamb from before, all of our stock. I've got 2 pints of lamb stock. If you can't find lamb stock, I've simply used the Knorr pots that you can just dissolve into water and let it sit there and simmer and kind of thicken up on its own. It smells delicious. Everything is now in our big casserole pot. Just going to pop on our lid and it's going to be going into a preheated oven at 120 degrees centigrade for about an hour and a half. You can leave it a lot longer, put it down on the heat. You can use a slow cooker if you like. I'm just going to do an hour and a half. So our stew has been in the oven for about an hour and a half now. I'm just going to mix up our rosemary dumplings. They're going to then go into the casserole dish and then everything's back into the oven, but without the lid, to let everything crisp up on the top. So first is 250 grams of plain flour. And then we've got some beef shredded suet. I'm also going to be putting in a tablespoon of baking powder. And because these are rosemary dumplings, you don't have to add these in if you don't have it, but they do add a lovely bit of flavour. Lastly, to bring everything together, we're going to be putting in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water, depending on the consistency. So once everything is combined, and you've got everything mixed together, your consistency should be quite tacky and something like this. Now it's time to take our stew out to be able to put our dumplings into it. the dumplings went into the oven for 20 minutes just to complete their cooking time, and now everything's out. It's all juicy, delicious, smells amazing, and they've gone crispy and brown across the top. So now get to serve and eat it and be comforted and warmed by my delicious lamb stew. So all that's left to say for me is happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you guys make this recipe. Also subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time. That is loud.